First BG10 Flow Fest featuring recording artist Kylie Morgan, Jay Allen, and special guest Kim Allen. Saturday, June 24th at Rustic Rose Barn. Tickets on sale now at ticketstore.com. BG10 Flow Fest 2023 with Kylie Morgan and Jay Allen. Concert benefits Cashian's own the BG10 Legend Foundation.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today. Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
This is
We're looking live at David Allen Memorial Ballpark in downtown Enid as we get ready for game number 2 of our All-State triple header here from Enid on the Squirtle Network and also the Sports Animal streaming app. Hello again, everyone. I'm Todd Miller along with Zach Friesen and our entire Squirtle Network crew. One game down. That was a 6-3 Large West victory over the East. Here in game number 2, it is the Small East against the Small West. Same format. Both teams will bat 11 players. Both teams will have availability in the arms department, so we'll probably see nobody throw more than 3 innings, although we did see the starter from Tulsa Union throw 4 innings in today's first ball game. Low 80s, light breeze out of the east. Skies have started to clear just a little bit. It is still overcast here in downtown Enid. We had a light shower for about 5 minutes during the late stages of the first game today, but so far Mother Nature has been very, very accommodating for the annual OBCA All-State Weekend here in downtown Enid. The Small East is coached by Michael Clay of Rattan and his coaching staff. The West is led by Amber Pocasset head coach Cheyenne Graham, who led the Panthers to a near spring state title, losing narrowly to Silo in the championship game back in May. He and his staff will direct the Small West club. As we told you, the West will be the home team at all 3 games here this afternoon from Enid, so we will see them take the field first defensively. The starter for the Small West will be number 6, Talon Bagwell. Excuse me, it's not Bagwell. It is Braden Whipple from Shattuck, coached by Travis Oakley. So Braden Whipple set to throw the first pitch here of the second game of today's triple header. All 3 for you here on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming network. Zach, this is a group that you're somewhat familiar with. You played in the small school ranks, and I think sometimes it gets lost in the limelight of the larger schools, but there is some really, really good small school baseball in the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, there is. Some of the first few guys on the eastern side on the eastern lineup, you'll see some of the schools that are always among the top ranked teams in the state. Roth, Silo, they are always perennially one of the best teams out there. Got Fort Cobb, Broxton, Amber Pocasset on the western side of the state, among many others. There's no shortage of good ball players and good ball teams on this level. That's for sure.
Here are the schools represented on the Small East roster: Roff, Tupelo, Oktaha, Rattan, Haskell, Silo, Calera, Crowder, Asher, and Red Oak. Those are some of the biggest names in small school fall and spring baseball. Schools represented on the Small West roster are Shattuck, Visay, Lukiba, Sickles, Fort Cobb, Broxton, Moreland, Hollis, Cashion, Canute, Sterling, Amber Pocasset, and Shattuck, along with Sentinel. The teams are wearing their home uniforms, representing their respective schools here in the All-State game. That's something I really, really liked it about the Major League All-Star game, and let these guys put on their school colors and represent their communities here one final time.
Agreed. It's really cool to see all the different uniforms out there. It just kind of adds to the feel of the game.
So we're just about ready for the first pitch here this afternoon in game number 2, the small school all-state game. Leading off is Cade Baldridge. Boy, he's a good one from Roff. Cade Baldridge played for his father, Danny, at Roff. They lost to Fort Cobb Broxton in the Class B state championship game. Here we go. First pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Fort Cobb Broxton won the Triple Crown this year, meaning that they won the fall and spring baseball titles as well as the Class B boys crown. Here's the 1-0. It's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Roff is the only other school, I believe, if memory serves me right, to have accomplished that rare feat. Kyle Proctor on deck. Right-hander breaks it home, and it's hit hard on the ground and foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. In Braden Whipple, one of 2 Shattuck Indians on the All-State roster, coached by Travis Oakley. Whipple, as you see, is a right-hander. Looks in, gets the sign, and brings home the pitch. Breaking ball inside, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. The catcher is Blake Nunn for the West. He is a teammate of shortstop Jackson Willits from Fort Cobb Broxton. The 2 Mustangs represented this one. Here's the 3-1. Lifted out of play, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. If you hit one out today, Zach, you're doing it with your own power because you will get no help from the wind. Although usually that short porch out and right is protected by a breeze that predominantly comes in out of the south.
Yeah, we saw a bit of a crosswind from left field early on in the morning game, but looks like that's dissipated entirely. So it might be a little more friendly this time.
Braden Whipple with a great backdoor breaking ball gets Baldridge looking for strikeout number 1. Here's the shortstop, Kyle Proctor. Kyle Proctor from Silo. Played for the legendary head coach, Billy Jack Bowen. Checks his swing, but foul tipped it for a strike, 0-1 the count. After Silo hoisted the gold ball in the spring state tournament, Billy Jack Bowen called it a career. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball strike, 0-2 the count. When you look at Billy Jack Bowen's record, it is unbelievable. Not only the wins, but the championships that man amassed. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. We got Proctor out on his front foot, and Whipple with a good start has struck out the first 2 in the East lineup, and here comes the designated hitter, Hunter Dearman. Hunter Dearman played for Kevin Rodden at Oktaha. Right-hander against right-hander. The first pitch is up near the eyes and swatted out of play for a strike, 0-1 the count. Not long after Billy Jack Bowen announced his retirement from Silo, they made a big hire going to Dale to hire away Eddie Jeffcoat, who had been very successful with the Pirates. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball right to the first baseman. A big hop for 4. He'll take it to the bag, and it's a 1-2 through first to Braden Whipple. get into us. It is game 2 of All-State Sunday, brought to you by the OBCA and powered by Squirtle.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Todd Miller, Zach Friesen back here with you on a Sunday late afternoon. Early June, no score. The East go in order their half of the first. Now the small West will get their look at Tupelo right-hander Cody Arrington, who was coached by Clay Weller. Jackson Willits will lead off, then Nate Anderson, then Blake Nunn. So two of the top 3 hitters are Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs.
From Fort Cobb, shortstop number 7, Jackson Willits.
Jackson Willits was the most valuable player of the 2023 Class B State Baseball Tournament. Headed for the University of Oklahoma. Left-handed hitter, waits the first pitch from Cody Arrington. Arrington works for the first base side of the rubber and brings it home. And a strike, 0-1 the count. Home plate umpire in this game is Jeff Murray. Straight up, both on the infield and outfield for the East. Swing and a miss through high heat, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Billy Jack Bowen won 2,679 games in 74 seasons. Here is the 0-2, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Now, you might be asking, how can a man coach 74 seasons? Well, that is split up 37 spring, 37 fall campaigns. Won his 24th and final state championship with a 6-5 win over the Fighting Zach Friesens from Amber Pocasset. Pitch is down and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was the 6th title in a row for Silo in the spring. He finishes with 2,252 wins, 427 losses, a winning percentage of .841. That one is out of play, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Arrington's 1-2 pitch. Did he check his swing? They appeal to third. Third base umpire, I don't know if he's watching. He stood there with his hands on his hip for a while and then finally said, no, he's safe. It's late Sunday afternoon. He's not at the lake fishing. And it's an all-star game, so here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went around that time, and Jackson Willits is retired for out number 1. Eddie Jeffcoat had been at Dale since 2018. He will take over for Billy Jack Bowen at Silo. He won 2 state championships, did Jeff Coate at Dale, both times ironically over Bowen and Silo. Called strike, and it's 0-1. He had been at Prague. He had been at Tushka, Cashion, Mulhall, Orlando. As a head coach, was an assistant at Washington, PC North, Yukon, and Dale before becoming the Pirates head coach. 0-2 to Nate Anderson. Here's the pitch up. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tedrick called for that one to be a little bit outside, but I don't think he wanted it that far.
Jeff Coate leaving Dale, not that big of a surprise, although most coaches do not leave Dale as the pitch fouled off and he stays alive at 1 ball, 2 strikes. But when you're from Southeastern, when you have a chance to go to Silo, which is basically going home, it's an opportunity that you just can't possibly turn away. 1-2 pitch. That's bounced to first, a big hop there for the first baseman. And he will take it to the bag himself. That's Easton Ford for out number 1. I think I accidentally said Easton Ford was the first baseman for the West. He is not their first baseman. He is wearing number 19. Now the pitch downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. That is Braxton Wisnat. It is the first baseman for the East All-Stars. Pitch upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Eddie Jeff Coate, a head career coaching record, 474 wins, 212 losses, a winning percentage of .691. He is in the Bryan County Hall of Fame, so again, he is going home. Dunn swats the 2-0 pitch out of play. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Right-hander Arrington brings the pitch home, and it's fouled straight back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It will be interesting to see who the Pirates name as their new head coach. You know, that job has to have drawn a lot of interest from coaches at all levels in high school baseball in Oklahoma. The 2-2 pitch. Downstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. Another pop-up out of play first base side. And the count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tupelo this past season finished 26-4 in spring play. They finished 3rd of the rankings in Class B. That pitch is up and in for ball 4. So a 1-out base runner. The first base run of the ball game belongs to Fort Cobb Broxton's Blake Nunn. Here's the Small West third baseman Preston Cotter. Preston Cotter had a great year for Cashion, and they were one of the better teams in the state of Oklahoma as well. Arrington stretches, brings it home, didn't mean to. Cotter went around, and it's strike number 1. Tupelo's season ended in the first round of the state tournament to second-ranked but eventual state champion Fort Cobb Broxton 11-3. Pitches upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. And now time is called as we're going to get a pinch runner out of the dugout for Blake Nunn at first base. Trying to see who that is. We don't have numbers on everyone on the roster. Throw over to first, and he stumbles back in.
Looks like he's from Lakeeba 6.
Appears as if Jacob Vincent from Lakeeba Sickles out and running. Another swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Tupelo had a very successful season. So too did the Cashion Wildcats, who went 29-8 this spring, coached by Blake Moutsey. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Down he goes. Arrington strikes out 2, walks 1, 1 left. We've played 1. East-West scoreless from the OBCA All-State games here on Squirtle.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then NextGen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Pitchers duel early between Braden Whipple of Shattuck and Cody Arrington of Tupelo. We saw on the gun that Arrington was touching 90 miles per hour during his pitches in that first half inning. He struck out 2, walked 1, no score. Easton Ford to lead off, first baseman from Silo. Knockney Anna and then Royce Florizano, the 3 scheduled batters here in the second. Here's Whipple's first pitch. And it's downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Shattuck has a terrific athletic department. They were 32-5 this year in baseball. 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, a perennial heavyweight at 8-man football. Their boys and girls basketball has been on the uptick as well. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball to short. Willits diving. Can't quite get there. It's off of his glove and out into left field for a base hit. So Easton Ford singles and has the first hit of this All-State game. And here is Knockney Anna. It's pronounced Knockney, but it's spelled N-A-K-N-I. Knockney Anna from Calera. Left-handed hitter. Wearing the black and gold of Calera over gray pants. First pitch through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Shattuck 32-5 on the season in Class A this year. They lost to Laverne in the regional tournament 16-1. In fact, played 3 games of the regional, both losses to the Laverne Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Laverne outscored them in that regional tournament 21-4. Winning that elimination game 16-1. Here's Whipple's pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This year, the Shattuck Indians faced 5 teams ranked in the top 20, won 5, lost 4. They were 2-3 in top 10 games, and you could bet that Whipple had a lot to do with that. And down goes Anna, so that is strikeout number 3 for Braden Whipple, and here comes Florenzano. Florenzano, coached by Casey Henry at Crowder. First pitch popped up out into left field. Moving to his left is Jared Jones, and he can't make the play. Now he throws into second. Did they get the force out? No, they do not. Easton Ford able to stand in just before Jared Jones' throw. So Florenzano drops it, a base hit just inside the foul line, and now it's first and second, 1 out for Cale Clay. Cale Clay, the son of head coach Michael Clay, We saw the coach and player yesterday in the OBCA All-Star basketball games in Edmond. It's been a busy weekend for the Clay family. First pitch from Whipple, a swing and a miss for a strike. It is 0-1. Both father and son part of the Rattan program. Rattan winning the Class A state championship with a record of 26-6. Defeated number 3 Sterling 11-3 in the championship game. Ball is high, throw into second, and it's out at second base. Easton Ford. How about that throw from the catcher Blake Nunn to his teammate Jackson Willits? Perhaps that communication, knowing one another, led to the throwback behind Ford to get him picked off. So 2-6 on the pickoff. Now runner at first, 2 out. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Clay. In their march to the state title, the Rams won 13-1 over Caddo, 14-4 over Dewar, 11-3 over Sterling. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball just misses away, and they called it a strike. Boy, that was a late call from Jeff Murray, the home plate umpire. I don't know that Cale Clay cared for it, but to the first base dugout he goes, and the inning is over. 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. East-west of the OBCA All-State games, scoreless here on Squirtle.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Electricity.
Bottom of 2 here in the OBCA All-State Baseball game. Small East, Small West, scoreless. Carson LeGrand to lead off. He is the right fielder. Then Braxton Wisnat to follow. Cody Arrington touching 90 with his fastball in the first inning of work. Opens the second with a strike. It is 0-1. So you get the idea that so many of these teams had 25, 30-game seasons, played or won state titles. And that's why these kids are here. They're winners. No balls, 2 strikes. Arrington has looked very, very good. Here's the right-hander's pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appreciate the help today from Tuttle High School head coach Breck Draper. He will direct the Middle West team. Coming up in our third game of the day, that pitch lined foul and out of play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both hits in this ball game belong to the East squad. Leadoff single by Easton Ford and Florenzano, a 1-out single back of the second. In comes the pitch. That's a fastball in tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're talking about Eddie Jeffcoat and Mysteriously, he appears here in the booth. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Big news. Leaving Dale, headed for Silo. Couldn't have been an easy decision.
Was not an easy decision.
Chance to go home, though, outweighs a lot of things, doesn't it?
It does weigh a lot. You know, I grew up in that area. Still have a lot of ties down there.
Quite an honor to have the opportunity to succeed a guy like Billy Jack, who I'm sure is, well, I know he's shaped your career and so many others.
Oh, very humbling. Just for, you know, Silo to consider me to be the guy that follows, you know, Coach Bowen, who, you know, I consider probably the best high school coach around and maybe ever. You know, he's got the most wins for anybody ever in America. So just an honor for them to consider me for that position.
Carson LeGrand draws a walk at a 3-2 pitch, so a leadoff base runner for the West here in the second inning. And here comes Wisnat. Braxton, the first baseman, wearing number 10 on the back of his home white jersey. Wisnat from Hollis, and he takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Please don't tell me that you're leaving Josh Forsythe in charge of that program, at least for a little while.
Oh, well, Josh is, you know, great assistant, you know. Couldn't have done all the things we did without him. You know, if he had to, he would do a great job. But you know, he's probably not looking forward to doing that. And I'm sure Dale will find somebody really good to take my place.
2 balls and a strike to Wisnat. No score, but a leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the second. Game 2 of 3 here on the Sports Animal streaming app and Squirtle.tv. Next pitch is low, 3 balls and 1 strike. So was that a decision? I guess it would have had to come together pretty quick because Billy Jack announced his retirement right after the Springs championship game.
You know, when they contacted me and we went down there and talked, it was not a quick decision for me because it was still a hard decision, you know, before I could, you know, make that decision. There was, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, maybe longer than that. I don't even remember now, but it wasn't a quick decision for me. Just there's a lot to weigh in on it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the second. Harrington checks the runner, now brings it home and just misses away, and it's back-to-back walks. Is it fair to say that Silo might have been the only place you would have left Dale for?
Oh, absolutely. No question. You know, it would be the only place that I would even consider leaving Dale for.
Ironically enough, you have 2 championships at Dale, both against Silo.
Yes, that is one of the things that we did accomplish while I was at Dale. But, you know, pretty good times there at Dale. Like I said, hard decision to leave there.
Silo is a bustling school district, too. I mean, their numbers are growing. And do you anticipate maybe in the future being in a different class?
Well, we'll be in 3A next year for sure. And, you know, still growing. So,
Kyron Winery will bat now. Here's the second baseman for the Small West, talking to former Dale and now Silo head coach Eddie Jeffcoat. First pitch on the inside corner for a strike. It is 0-1. So I would assume you're in transition now, having to get things and head down to southeastern Oklahoma. What's your summer schedule with Silo baseball look like?
I care for those kids at Dale. I told Dale that I would not leave those kids in limbo for the summer, and I'm currently still coaching those kids this summer at Dale. Just because of that, I don't want them to be up there and have nobody, coaching them this summer. And Dale agreed to that. So I'm still at Dale right now, coaching them through the summer. And Coach Bowen is helping me out back down there. He's coaching the Silo kids through the summer. So I know both sets of teams are getting well coached. So
it's very honorable of what you're doing. No balls, 2 strikes. I know, having been a part of Dale basketball this year, it's a special place. I mean, forget the wins. It has to be difficult to leave. They're in the center field, and we're going to put the stop sign up so the bases are loaded. A couple of walks and a single. So Jake Peeler now will have it at bat, trying to give the West the early advantage. It's amazing the dedication at Dale. I know it's that way in all small schools, but you have right now they're going through a terrific run with basketball. So you're kind of splitting time with basketball activities and certainly baseball, but in both sports, those guys seem to get their work in, don't they?
Yeah, there's great kids there at Dale, and they're committed to, both baseball and basketball, and they work hard. It's really busy for them this summer, but they all, I think, enjoy it, and like I said, they're all participating just about.
1-0 pitch, swung and a miss by Peeler, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Arrington did a lot of this himself with the lack of control, walking the first 2 batters on 3-2 pitches before giving up the single to Winery. He's fallen behind here, 2 balls and 1 strike, with Jared Jones, the left fielder, on deck. Here's the 2-1. And a ground ball to short. Can they get 2? They go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. A run will score as LeGrand comes home. It's now 1-0 in the West League in the East. And they're at the corners on an RBI fielder's choice for Jake Peeler. Coach, we wish you the best of luck in southeastern Oklahoma. I know that's going to be special for you to go back home and continue to build on the tradition of the great Moby Jack Bowen.
I appreciate it, Todd.
Eddie Jeffcoat, formerly of Dale, now of Silo. Glad to have him here in the broadcast booth. The first pitch to Jared Jones is downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. However, and wherever you may be accessing our broadcast, we are really proud to have you part of our coverage today on Squirtle.tv, the Squirtle app, Squirtle Facebook, the Sports Animal streaming app, their YouTube and Facebook pages as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jared Jones of state runner-up Amber Pocasset. You know a little bit about him. They were the team that knocked you out, Eddie, in the semifinals.
Yes. Yeah.
Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carter Simpson is the on-deck hitter for the West. They have taken an early 1-0 lead. Couple of hits, 2 walks, ball 2 downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. One nothing, bottom of the second. Mid-sized schools coming up about 30 minutes after this one to finish it up. Called 3rd strike, got him looking to the outside corner. And that is strikeout number 3 for Cody Arrington. So Carter Simpson, who is not defensively in the game at least to this point, but having it at bat out of the number 10 spot, will have his first look at Arrington. If Arrington can keep this a 1-0 game, that'll be big feather in his cap, and he opens with a strike, 0-1. Tell you what, Eddie, this Arrington kid can really pump the strike zone, can he?
He was, this fall, he was, we didn't get to face him, but we played in the Silo tournament this fall, and he threw it really well. He was, 84 to 86, and today he's put on some velocity since the fall.
Yeah, he touched 90 in that first inning, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners and 2 out. Pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. So many good teams in southeastern Oklahoma. So much talent. Here's the 2-1. I'd said this earlier. Do you not agree that sometimes small school baseball in Oklahoma gets a little bit overlooked because you can just see the talent out there at all positions here today.
Yeah, it does. People be surprised how many really, really good players are just in southeastern Oklahoma. I'm the Region 6 rep, which is the southeastern part of the state, and, looking over the all-state selection, it was very difficult just selecting, the amount of players we get to select for all-state because there's just so many good players in the southeastern part of the state.
3-2, swung on a miss. Simpson goes down, swinging, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 left. Coach, always good to see you. Good luck this coming season at Silo.
I appreciate it, Todd. Thanks for having me on.
Eddie Jeffcoat visiting with us here on All-State Sunday in Enid. Back for the third inning in a moment on Squirtle.tv.
Electricity. That's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Top of the third, 1-0 Small West leads the Small East. It'll be Seth Springfield, the catcher. Denver Hamilton, the utility player, and then Brandon Westmoreland to bat for the East. It'll be their first look at Shattuck right-hander Braden Whipple. He has given up 2 hits, both in the second. He has struck out 4 of the 6 outs that he's registered thus far. Here's Whipple's first pitch. It's up and in. 1 ball, no strikes to Seth Springfield. And a big thank you to Eddie Jeffcoat, formerly of Dale, now of Silo, for joining our broadcast here from David Allen Memorial Ballpark. 1-0 pitch downstairs, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Eddie, of course, the Region 6 representative. I'd said in the first broadcast he would be vacating that. He won't. That represents the southeastern part of the state. Get to the other region representatives in a moment. The 2-1 pitch is a strike. Region 1, Chris Webb of Vici. Region 2, Cody Price of Bartlesville. Region 3, Jim Sherrill of Fort Gibson. Region 4, Granite's Colby Snyder. Region 5, Cody Merrill of Norman. Eddie Jeffcoat. Region 6, Region 7, Pat Foster of Metro Christian. And Region 8's representative at the OBCA, Luke Yost of Jones. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he swats one that pops out towards second on the move, the second baseman. And he makes the catch for out number 1. So Kyron Winery makes the play. And after 2 of the first 3 reached to the second inning now, Whipple is set down 2 straight. And here is the utility player, Denver Hamilton. Big thank you to the OBCA for allowing Squirtle to be a part of their annual event, something we always look forward to as the first pitch is down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Brad Gore of Enid High School, the president. Ryan Phillips, the vice president. We talked to Thomas's Rob Friesen of the first game. He is the executive treasurer. Pop up, and that'll get out of play on the right field side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy Hughes from McAllister, the executive director, and the media director is Breck Draper from Tuttle. And I'll tell you what, he's done a great job helping us with lineups and numbers and such here in this all-star game. It's even at 2, 1-0 West over the East. We're in the third inning. Middle game of 3 today here on Squirtle, the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. For the most part, with the exception of a couple of walks, one of which came around to score in the bottom of the second. Both starting pitchers, Whipple for the West, Arrington for the East, have peppered the strike zone. Here's the 1-2. Down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zach, what do you think from what you've seen from Braden Whipple and Cody Arrington?
They've, like you mentioned, they've definitely done their jobs really well. It's a far cry from what we saw in the first game as far as the first couple innings go. So the first couple innings of the first game were where we saw a lot of action, like you mentioned earlier, filled a lot of ink on our scorecards. But they've come out they've come out and come to play today.
Well, and Whipple has. He just recorded his 5th strikeout. He got Denver Hamilton swinging, and now here is Brandon Westmoreland. Westmoreland from Haskell, coached by John Neal. Haskell has put together a couple of really good spring seasons, and the left-hander takes a strike away, 0-1 the count. In fact, a couple of years ago, Haskell was at the AMPO region. Almost won that region. 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, I think they beat Amber Pocasset in a winner's bracket semifinal matchup, and AMPO came back to advance through the loser's bracket to win the trip to the state tournament. That's a drive from Haskell to Amber, Oklahoma.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit of you get an odd pairing there in regionals. It's makes things a little interesting.
2 balls now and 1 strike to Westmoreland. It's become more and more common than it was 5, 10, certainly 15 years ago, just because of the fluctuation of school sizes, and especially in rural America. 2-1 pitch. It's lined out of play, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're a 3A school in Northwestern or Western Oklahoma, you're likely going to travel to Central or Eastern Oklahoma for the regionals. A lot of difference between B and A schools in Western Oklahoma. Here's the 2-2. Line foul off the netting, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. The middle-sized teams will play the final game. It's scheduled for 7 o'clock. We'll have it with Tom Nelson here on Squirtle, the 2-2. Breaking ball hit back to the netting. A lot of these kids with a leg up on their larger school counterparts in terms of how advanced they are, just simply because they play 2 seasons of baseball. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and down he goes. And 2 more strikeouts for Braden Whipple. And another 1-2-3 inning for Whipple, who has retired 4 straight. We go to the home half of the third, still 1-0 West on All-State Sunday from Enid on Squirtle.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com.
Braden Whipple from Shattuck has done work through 3 innings, striking out 6. His high school teammate, Will Pockner, will lead off the bottom of the third for the Small West. Pockner not playing defensively, at least to this point of the ball game, is hitting 11th and takes a strike, 0-1 the count. The exception of that second inning, Arrington has been very good. 2 walks, a single, a fielder's choice, and that's the difference, 1-0. Fastball stays high, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's turned out to be a very nice day. There are patches of blue overhead, still primarily overcast here in downtown Enid. Bouncing ball is short. Big hop for Proctor. He'll throw to first, and there's 1 away. So with a fielder's choice, Arrington has now set down 4 of the last 5 and back to the top of the order with Jackson Willits. Willits struck out against Arrington on a 2-2 pitch swinging back in the first inning. Nate Anderson, the center fielder, awaited on deck. We are in the 3rd inning of All-State Sunday, Game 2 from Enid. Arrington brings home the pitch, and that's lined into left field. That's down for a base hit. That's going to roll deep. Jackson Willits goes oppo for a one-out double here in the third. Tell you what, there's just not a lot of roll when that ball gets into the outfield. That grass is really soppy after they dodged raindrops and thunderbolts for much of the week to get the Division II Junior College World Series in.
Yeah, and I wonder if that, even with how quick it was, I wonder if that shower earlier was just enough to kind of dampen it a little bit, make it a little slower as well.
I'm sure that's a good point. Jared Jones, who is for the Small West, actually during infield drills slipped out there in left field. We haven't seen much slippage, though, during the game as the first pitch is cut on miss for a strike. It's 0-1. Nate Anderson grounded out first unassisted. Another ball, line foul, and out of play on the left field side. No balls, 2 strikes. Certainly looks like you can see the adjustments first by Willits and now Anderson as they're getting better swings, making better contact. Second time through the lineup against Arrington. 1 on, 1 out. Bouncing ball to second. That'll move Willits to third. Throw over to first in time, and there are now 2 outs. Cale Clay, the second baseman from Rattan, handling the play. So Willits goes second to third. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Jackson's teammate Blake Nunn to try and extend a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that ball, while it wasn't hit very hard, that by no means was an easy play. It was kind of an in-between hop, had a lot of spin on it, so that was a nice play to stay with it.
You do get a lot of true hops, though, on a surface like this, and it's now 2-0 as Nunn delivers, lining one hard into center field. So the double and ground out turns out to be a run. It's 2-0 West, and Blake Nunn off to a good start. 1 for 1 with an RBI, and Preston Cotter, the third baseman, now will bat. He struck out against Arrington back in the first. First pitch, called strike, look up and in, and it's no balls and 1 strike. West with single tallies in the second and third inning. That's the lead for them, as you see on your scoreboard, 2-0. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss for a strike. Looked like a slider, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Turf has come a long ways from when I was in high school. It was basically painted concrete. Got a lot more give to it now. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cotter. And the west side is retired, but they played 1 on 2 hits. They leave 1. We go to the 4th. West leads the East in the OBCA All-State Baseball games here on Squirtle.
First BG10 Flow Fest featuring recording artist Kylie Morgan, Jay Allen, and special guest Cam Allen. Saturday, June 24th at Rustic Rose Barn. Tickets on sale now at ticketstore.com. BG10 Flow Fest 2023 with Kylie Morgan and Jay Allen. Concert benefits Cashian's own the BG10 Legend Foundation.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you 1 check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today. Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
There you see the second pitcher of the afternoon for the Small West. Noah Halderman from Vicey comes into the ball game, and he will get 11, 1, and 2 in the lineup. West with single runs in the second and third, lead 2-0. So Braden Whipple's day has come to an end, and he was very impressive. No runs, 2 hits, walked 2. He struck out 6. So Garrett Leba, L-E-B-A, the left fielder to lead off. He is from Asher. Played for David Roulette, used to be at Shawnee. Garrett Leba, a left-handed hitter. Asher had a ton of success under Merle Bowen, another Bowen that has been famous for winning championships and thousands of games in Oklahoma high school baseball. First pitch to Leba is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, I believe it is their nephew, both Billy Jack and Merle. Ryan Bowen is the head coach at Northwestern Oklahoma State. Pitch fouled back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The only hits for the East. Leadoff single back in the second by Easton Ford. 2 batters later, Florenzano had a 1-out single. Both were left aboard. Down to the end of the counts, 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, the book very impressive on Braden Whipple from Shattuck. Here's the pitch. It's downstairs, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. And a leadoff walk to start the 4th. Vicey in Class B this past year went 24-12. They finished in the OSSA A rankings, number 10. They lost in the first round of the state tournament, 12-0 to Fort Cobb Broxton. Here's Cade Baldridge, hit the ball hard a couple of times in foul territory, grounds that one to the hole, past the second baseman and into right field. So first and second, nobody out, the tying runs on. It was kind of strange that in that first inning at bat that Baldridge went down on a called third strike because he fouled a bunch of 3-2 pitches off. And all of those foul balls had a lot of zip on them. Saw him in the state finals. The kid just finds a way to get on base, and he does here, representing the tying run of the 4th. Here's Kyle Proctor, who struck out his first time up. That was against Whipple, and the first pitch fouled out. No balls, 1 strike. First game today, the West rallied, breaking a 3-3 tie with 3 in the 6th to win 6-3. Their Western counterparts in the small school game leading 2-0 here in the 4th, the 0-1. That's inside. Called a strike, and it's 0-2. I don't know how many times I've said that today. It's high, ball, no, it's a strike. Inside, no, that's a strike.
It's happened a few more times here in this game than it did in game 1.
0-2 the count to the shortstop, Kyle Proctor. Here's the pitch. Good backhanded stop that time by Nunn. That keeps the runners to first and second. Boy, that was a good play. Partly cloudy skies now here in downtown Enid. Approaching the 5 o'clock hour on a now Sunday early evening. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Can't thank the OBCA enough for allowing Squirtle to be part of their All-Star Weekend. They do just a terrific job with this event, taking over from the Oklahoma Coaches Association, who relinquished control of the All-State baseball game. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Had a banquet last night. 3 games today. Playing in a beautiful ballpark. Not much more you can do to make it a memorable event. Now the 3-2. That's up and in and a walk, and the bases are loaded. So Leba down to third. Baldridge to second. Proctor trots down to first, and now Noah Halderman has really backed himself into a corner. He's facing Hunter Dearman, the DH, who hit it hard but right to the first baseman. And grounded out to Wisenat. back at his first inning at bat. He skies that pitch into center field. That's playable for Nate Anderson. He'll come in a few steps, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Leva. The throw cut off behind the mound. It'll be an RBI sac fly, and it's 2-1. So the lead is cut in half, 2-1 West. Here's Easton Ford, who singled off of Whipple back in the second inning. One of only 2 hits that the East All-Staters had off the Shattuck right-hander Braden Whipple. He went 3, did not allow a run. That ball is towered into left field. It was on the hands. Moving to his left is Jared Jones. He'll make the catch in fair territory. No advancement. And out 2 down. Easton Ford, Zach, really got a lot of that pitch, and it was down on the hands, and he got underneath it.
Yeah, he looked like he got a pretty good swing on it, just barely missed it. If he'd gotten all that one, this would be a very different ball game now.
Well, it's pretty impressive considering he didn't hit it on the end of the meat of the bat. Here's Knockney Anna, N-A-K, and I. He takes away 1 ball, no strikes. He is from Calera. Halderman trying to get out of a jam and keep the lead of the West column. Called strike, looked high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a chance that Jeff Murray has Sunday night plans. Could be moving this game along just a little bit. Now a double steal. Halderman's going to step off the rubber, and now they've got Baldridge cut up, and Willits is going to apply the tag. So 1-5-6 put out. And it could have been more for the East. They'll settle for 1. We are halfway through the second game here on Squirtle. West leads the East 2-1.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here to David Allen Memorial Ballpark. Along with Zach Friesen, the Squirtle crew, I'm Todd Miller. Halfway through this middle game of 3 today, 2-1 the advantage. New pitcher now for the Small East is Tyler Allen, wearing 22. He is from Oaktaha. Arrington will go 3, gives up 2 runs, does so on 4 hits. He struck out 5 and also walked 3. So Carson LeGrand to lead off, and here's Allen's first pitch. Grounded hard on the turf to short. Proctor on the run, throws low, but handled at the other end. And 1 pitch, 1 out here with the 4th. Here is Wisnat. Braxton walked, was left back in the second. Both teams have had opportunities. The East, through 4 innings, have stranded 3 runs. Through 3 innings, the West has left 3. First pitch fouled back by Wisnat, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Is that y'all? Yes.
2 runs, 4 hits for the West. For the Small East, 1 run, 3 hits. We've yet to have an error in the first 2 ball games of this all-state game. In comes the 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. West won the large school game 6-3. They lead 2-1 here with the small school game, with the mid-school game coming up after this one. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball. He waited on it, but slaps it foul, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tanner Allen on 1 pitch retired it out. Now he's 2-2 with Wisnat. Righty versus righty, and he brings home the pitch. Almost hit him, and now it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the coaches for the Small West, Cheyenne Graham, his staff from Amber Pocasset. For the Small East, Michael Clay, his staff from Rattan. State champion, state runner-up staff. 1 hop, deep third base, glove by Cotter. He'll throw to first. That's silo to silo for the out. And now 2 away. Winery will bat. Kyron from Canute, coached by Taylor Varnell. Had a single, 1 of 4 registered by the Small West here with this ball game against now 2 pitchers. First pitch from the Oaktaha right-hander is swatted out of play for a strike, 0-1. Nothing and 1 to count. Allen's pitch. Good swing, fouled it back to the netting. No balls, 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the top of the 5th inning for the Small East, they will have Anna Florenzano and Clay in that order to bat against Noah Halderman. Now the pitch. It's down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both starters went 3 innings. Braden Whipple outdueling Cody Arrington right now. Led 2-0 when he left the game. Here's ball 2. Good look at the battery for the Small East. Westmoreland, the catcher from Haskell, and Oaktaha's Tanner Allen on the mound. 3 balls and 2 strikes as he misses low and away. Middle East team coached by Jim Sherrill of Fort Gibson. The Middle West by Breck Draper of Tuttle and Jordan Seymour of Heritage Hall. Fly ball into center field. That should do it. Knockney Anna comes in, looks up, makes the catch. Allen works a 1-2-3-4. We've completed 4. 2-1 West here on the Squirtle Network.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then NextGen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
To the 5th inning we go. Small East will face Noah Halderman for a second inning, looking to grab their first advantage of the contest. They trailed 2-0 after 3, got a run of the 4th. Tanner Allen put up zeros in his half of the 4th. Now Knockney Anna will lead off. Calera Bulldog takes a strike away, 0-1 the count. He was actually at the plate when they tried to double steal. Halderman stepped off the rubber and then was able to get Cade Baldridge on a 1-5-6 pickoff play. Next call a strike, and it's 0-2. Another pop-up. This will get out of play on the third base side. You don't forget, it's the summer of Squirtle. Lots of things coming up. 7-on-7, we have the 8-man All-State game, the 2023 Squirtle Shootout at UConn. It'll be at UConn and Southwest Covenant this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. $300 per team for your team to participate in the Squirtle Shootout. A lot of fun things coming up. 1-2 pitch. Stays away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 8-man All-State game coming up July 17th. 7-on-7 camps. We like to know it as the Summer of Squirtle. Anna slaps that ball out of play. Knockney struck out against the starter Braden Whipple, 1 of 6 that he logged in 3 innings of work. Alderman winds and brings it home. And that's downstairs, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Make that 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alderman working quickly, brings it home. This is high, but called a strike. So Anna thought he had drawn a walk. Instead, he makes a right turn and heads towards the dugout. There's Florenzano, whose single was left back in the second. Florenzano is the right fielder. He jumps to the first pitch, bounces it to first. Easy play, and it's taken to the bag for the out. Jake Peeler now at first base. And there's 2 away for Cale Clay. Hauled out on strikes back in the second. Played for his father, Michael, at Rattan, state champion Ram. Makes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 the count. Great job by our Squirtle crew today producing the broadcast. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's amazing the job these guys and gals do working for us and behind the scenes producing the broadcast. The 1-1 pitch. High fly ball into right field. That should do it. LeGrand comes in, calls off the second baseman, makes the catch, and we are through 4 1/2. Still 2-1. West leads the East in all-state baseball from Enid on Squirtle.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Jake Peeler steps in. Tanner Allen steps to the rubber. And here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning. Allen's first pitch is hit hard, but right at the third baseman, Cotter. Never moved and was able to snag it just below the belt buckle. And there's quickly one down here in the 5th. So Allen has faced 4. Tanner has retired 4. That is 5 in a row set down for the Small West by East pitching, dating back to the RBI single by Blake Nunn in the 3rd. That's the difference. Extended a 1-0 lead to 2-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Jared Jones. Jared, the left fielder, out of Amber Pocasset. He's ahead 2 balls, no strikes. Two 4-0 for the West, 1-3-0 for the East. The 2-0. In there for a strike, came off speed and got the call. Carter Simpson, the on-deck hitter. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Gloved by Kyle Proctor, who throws to first, and there's 2 outs. So 2 pretty well hit balls, but nothing to show for it for the West here in the 5th. The Oaktaha right-hander has really come in and done a good job. Carter Simpson struck out against Arrington his first time up. First pitch, a little low, 1 ball, no strikes. Shattuck, Visai, Lakiba Sickles, Fort Cobb, Broxton, Moreland, Hollis, Cashin, Canute, Sterling, Amber, Pocasset, and Shattuck along with Sentinel represented for the Small West in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roth, Tupelo, Oaktaha, Rattan, Haskell, Silo, Calera, Crowder, Asher, and Red Oak represented for the Small East. Bouncing ball, foul, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Representatives from 3 of the 4 small school state baseball championship teams. Fall and spring. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a ground ball fair, deep 3rd. That is gloved and thrown over to first in time to retire the side. So 1, 2, 3 and out in the 5th inning. Go the West. We head to the 6th, 2-1 our score on Squirtle.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
The thing with carb.
Vincent Vincent is the new pitcher. We saw him come in and run for none, a courtesy roll in the first inning. Vincent is from Lakiba Sickles. So Halderman's day has come to an end. 2 innings, gave up a single, a walk, and just 1 run. It was earned. Seth Springfield will be the first to face the Luqueba Sickles right-hander Jacob Vincent, V-I-N-C-E-N-T. West trying to take the first 2 games of our triple header today here on Squirtle. Seth Springfield, a rattan Ram, popped out to second base his first time up. It was against the starter, now faces the second reliever of the day and takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Wearing the road uniforms of the rattan Rams, gray and green with black letters. 2 balls and no strikes. Told you that 3 of the 4 fall/spring state champions have representatives in this ball game. Here's the 2-0. That's hit high into right field, but playable. Broke back as LeGrand. Now he comes in, reaches up, and makes the catch for out number 1.
And Springfield just missed that one. Just got a little bit under it. Otherwise, that would have been a really interesting ball.
Probably would have been a 2-2 ball game. You're right. Here's Hamilton, the utility player. He struck out swinging. Silo won the spring class A championship. Called strike, 0-1 the count. They lost the fall Class A state championship to Dale. Dale does not have any representatives because the program still is junior and underclassmen dominated. 1 ball, 1 strike. In comes the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2. We enjoyed our visit with Eddie Jeffcoat, who now is the former head coach at Dale, moving down to Bryan County to take over for Billy Jack Bowen at Silo. 1-2 pitch, just missed, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eddie's soft-spoken, but all he does is win. 420-plus wins in his career and a called 3rd strike. Looked low, certainly didn't look as good as the previous pitch from Hamilton, but it's an all-star game, so who cares, and it's a strikeout. And now 2 away here in the 6th inning. Here's Brandon Westmoreland, who struck out swinging to end the 3rd inning. Westmoreland is the catcher from Haskell. Gone all the way behind the plate for the East. First pitch from the Luqueba Sickles right-hander is in there for a strike. Now the 0-1 upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1, we're in the 6th. Nobody on, 2 out. And the pitch, lifted out of play 3rd base side, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know where we would be without Adam, probably on a street corner, panhandling. But he gives us jobs, he brings us pizza, the best kind, sausage and pepperoni, thin. Brings Diet Cokes to the booth. That one is away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In all honesty, Adam's a good one. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him off speed. And they'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout. They thought they had handled it cleanly. You could see him hold the ball up to the home plate umpire. He said, no, you didn't, so the throw was necessary. 2 strikeouts for Vincent. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 West here on Squirtle.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com.
First BG10 Flow Fest featuring recording artist Kylie Morgan, Jay Allen, and special guest Cam Allen. Saturday, June 24th at Rustic Rose Barn. Tickets on sale now at ticketstore.com. BG10 Flow Fest 2023 with Kylie Morgan and Jay Allen. Concert benefits Cashian's own the BG10 Legend Foundation.
Cody Arrington, 3 innings. Tyler Allen, 2 scoreless innings. Brings us to Talon Bagwell, right-hander from Roth, to work the 6th. He is challenged to try to keep this a 1-run game going to the 7th inning. Will Pockner will lead off. Shattuck Indian, then Willits, and then Nate Alexander here in the 6th. If you're watching us on Squirtle.tv, the Squirtle app, Squirtle social media, the Sports Animal streaming app, we appreciate you allowing us to keep you entertained on part of your Sunday afternoon and evening. First pitch downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. Fastball called a strike, 1-1. You know, and I hate to say this, the wind has not been really that bad this spring in Oklahoma. And it is no factor today, the 1-1 downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And it harkens me back to our round of golf. You know, it took us a while to realize it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and now everyone listening, whenever the wind starts blowing 40 miles an hour tomorrow out of nowhere, you know who to blame.
Who's that? 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pockner.
Don't go playing innocent now. Everyone heard it.
If they didn't, then go back and find it.
But yeah, you are. To your point, you are correct. It's been very little factor today.
Oh, a strikeout swinging, but the throw high and pulls the first baseman off the bag. So it'll be a strikeout error as Seth Springfield will commit the first error of either game today. Jackson Willits was scheduled to bat. Instead, it is, I believe, going to be Braden Whipple. He takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Jacob Vincent is next. Now the pickoff attempt at first is off the line. It hit the brick casing on the retaining wall, carried almost back to first, but a second error moves the runner over to second base.
Up until this point, it's been fairly clean playing so far in both games. Those are the first. Well, actually, no, there was one out in the field, or was that the first? Yeah, I was about to say there was one out in the outfield earlier in this game, but yeah. Aside from just then, it's been a fairly clean couple games so far.
No balls, 2 strikes to Braden Whipple. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Down he goes. Second strikeout, but one of them reached, and now here comes the pitcher, Jacob Vincent. Vincent is hitting for Nate Anderson. Righty versus lefty. Bagwell brings it home to Vincent, scoots him off the plate. That'll go to the backstop. It's a wild pitch, and boy, if this third run scores, it's been an ugly way to do it. Strikeout, throw in air. Pickoff attempt, thrown away. Wild pitch, now moves him to third. You don't want to give up anything here. You're in the 6th inning. They will play full 7 innings as they did in the first ball game. There's the 1-0 pitch. Called strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here is the 1-1. The outside corner strike, 1-2. It's been a friendly strike zone. Friendly if you're a pitcher, not so much if you're a hitter, right?
Getting ready to say if you're using air quotes when you say outside corner.
Here's the 1-2. Called third strike. So 3 strikeouts for the Roth right-hander here in the 6th, but still officially 2 outs with a runner at third. Now here comes Noah Halderman. He is batting for Blake Nunn. Jackson Willits has grabbed a bat. He awaits on deck. In the first pitch, outside, it's off of the catcher's glove. Here comes the runner home, and the throw and tag in time. Good play all the way around. Westmoreland to Bagwell covering, and he snapped down the tag to retire the side. No runs, 2 errors, nobody left. We go to the 7th. West leads the East 2-1. It's OBCA All-State Baseball, powered by Squirtle.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you 1 check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today. Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
This is
Todd Miller, Zach Friesen back here with you. David Allen Memorial Ballpark. We go to the 7th inning. Game 2 of All-State Sunday, presented by OBCA and powered by Squirtle. Garrett Leba will lead off. He walked and has scored the only East run of the ball game. He faces Vincent, drops down a butt, charging from third, throw to first, not in time. It'll be an infield single. And that was all Leba beating it out because that was a really good effort by Preston Cotter.
Yeah, that bunt was placed just about as well as you possibly could have. But you said it, a very good effort by third base over there.
Here's Cade Baldridge. He's hit the ball hard twice. Had a single back in the 4th inning. Was picked off 1-5-6 on a double steal. He hits the first pitch foul and into the dugout for strike 1. At dugout, housing his teammates. The East on the first base side. The West is in the third base dugout. 0-1 the count. There's a liner into left center field. That's down. That's going to split the defenders. It's going to roll deep, and the game probably will be tied. Nope, they're going to put a stop sign up on Leba. So Baldridge has his second hit. Boy, that kid gets his good swings in. He does not get cheated to the plate, and here's Kyle Proctor.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting right there, finding the gap out in the outfield. Like you, I thought that maybe they might be sending that runner, but figure with nobody out so far in the heart of the order coming up, no sense in pushing it.
Kyle Proctor, a walk and a strikeout today. Former Silo Rebel. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for a strike.
Yet another healthy cut up there.
Jacob Vincent Gave up the leadoff infield hit and the double. He had retired his first 3 batters in which he'd faced. Here is the 0-1. Popped up into shallow right. In comes the right fielder. He'll make the catch. Now they bluff the runner from third as the throw 1 hops to home. Good play out there in right field. Real good play by Carson LeGrand.
And a good piece of pitching there to get that ball popped up in the shallow outfield, make sure it's not deep enough to bring in the run.
The West will have last at bats regardless of whether this thing ends up 2-1 or they are forced to rally from a deficit as Hunter Dearman, the DH, steps in. He has an RBI sac fly into center field of the 4th. First pitch is up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Congratulations to former Oklahoma State Cowboy Victor Hovland. Won the Memorial Tournament today in Dublin, Ohio. Boy, he's really been playing well. 1-0 pitch, up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. OU baseball dismissed from the Charlottesville, Virginia regional today by East Carolina, 8-5. Cowboys eliminated yesterday in Stillwater. Women's College World Series continuing in Oklahoma City. That ball is belted into deep center field, and that's trouble. That's going to score 2 at 1 hops to the top part of the fence. And an RBI 2-run double by Hunter Dearman has swung the lead in favor of the East, and it's 3-2. And in both games, Zach, that is the most well-hit ball that we've seen.
Yes, it is. That one, right off the bat, you could see. Looks like it was Anderson out there in center field. You just, as soon as that ball was hit, he just turned his back to the plate and ran as fast as he could. You knew that one was going to be trouble.
Here's Easton Ford, singled and flied out to left. So all 3 runs today for the East have been driven in by Hunter Dearman. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 the count. Dearman from Oaktaha. Tanner Allen, his teammate, has had a big day as well. A sinking ladder into right. In comes LeGrand. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 away. Zach, those are the hardest plays for an outfielder to make. Balls that are hit right on a line.
Yes, they are, especially as speaking from the perspective of an infielder who occasionally had to play outfield and wasn't used to those. Those are not fun. Those are not fun balls to read.
You can see that the field is fully bathed in sunshine as the sun is completely out now and ain't it after an overcast day. 1 ball, no strikes to Nakni Anna. He has struck out twice, once swinging, the other on a called 3rd strike. Now the pitch. Vincent gets a ground ball to second. That should do the inning. They throw to first, but now the West will have to come up with runs in their half of the 7th. An infield hit, 2 doubles. Plate 2, 3-2 East over the West as we head to the bottom of the 7th at the OBCA All-State Games powered by Squirtle.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Noah Halderman, who was at the plate when the 6th inning ended on a wild pitch that turned in to be a 2-1 put out at home plate. Halderman and Jackson Willits here in the 7th inning. What has turned out to be a very pleasant, little on the warm side now with the sun out and no wind in downtown Enid. Here is the right-hander's first pitch, and it's away. 1 ball, no strikes. Talon Bagwell, who is the third East pitcher, is the one that's in line for the victory. Well, that had some nasty bite to it, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Three runs, 6 hits for the East. 2 runs, 5 hits for the West. Here's the pitch, high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. A weary Tom Nelson will take you home for the final game. He has lived here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark during the Junior College World Series the last week. Swing and a miss, and now it's 2-2. Bagwell to Halderman. Now the 2-2. Check swing, Tapper back to the mound. Bagwell has it across to first, and there's 1 out. We'll be announcing our player of the game as soon as this one goes final. It will either be a win for one side or the other, or a tie. There will not be extra innings. Jackson Willits has doubled. He has scored a run. He struck out twice. Excuse me, he's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and the double. Left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. These two have faced off in their career. The combatants in the Class B Spring State title game. Rolfe and Fort Cobb Broxton. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson Willits, freshman brother Eli, already is committed to Oklahoma as well. Here's the 1-1. Upstairs, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. That must be really special for the brothers who play the middle infield to have a chance to win 3 state titles in the older brother's senior season. 2-1 pitch, way outside, 3 balls and a strike. In a 1-run game, Bagwell is not going to make a mistake to Jackson Willits.
Probably not the worst idea.
Here's the 3-1. He did, and it's lined into right center
Now we'll
field.
see him run.
Willits around first. He thinks about 2, and he will have a double. It's his second double of the ball game.
That play was a little closer at second than Willits was anticipating, though.
Tell you what, that's good base running because he thought 2 right off the bat. You know, so many times you'll see guys that have a chance to get a triple that just walk into second with a double, or in this case, settle for a 1-base hit. Willits, knowing that the game is on the line, moved himself into scoring position. Here's Nate Anderson. Anderson is 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. So good speed with Jackson Willits at second base. It's even at 6. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now the pitch. At the letters for a strike, 0-1 the count. West won the earlier game, 6-3 over the large school from the East. Here's the 0-1. Outside and high, fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Were you a little surprised that Bagwell was that close to the strike zone to Willits?
Yeah, especially after the first, after he went 3-1, you just figured he wouldn't see anything remotely dangerous. But, yeah, definitely a little surprised there. He tried to attack him on 3-1.
1-1 pitch, bounced to short. Willits back to second, throw to first, low, dug out though. Oh, a nice play of the first baseman, Easton Ford. Low throw from Kyle Proctor, but now there's 2 away.
Yeah, like you mentioned, a great scoop over there by Ford on that play. We saw Willits try and stand in front of the ball as long as possible just to try and make that play as tough as possible, but great job on both ends by the Eastern schools.
Blake Nunn has driven in a run with a single in the 3rd, walked and grounded out on a comebacker. He represents the West last hope here with the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. So Bagwell right now stands to take the win. Vincent would be the loser on the mound if this game does not get tied. There's a blast into left field. This game is tied. As the left fielder lost the ball in the sun, he looked like he was in position to make the catch, and then he pulled his glove down, and it's an RBI double for Blake Nunn. This game should have been over, but the left fielder, Garrett Leba, got right to the warning track, had his glove up, and he lost it into the sun. He yanked his glove down, and then the ball short hopped to the wall.
Yeah, I think he had he had his glove up to block the sun, and then he just looks like that was just playing games with him.
Preston Cotter, the batter. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Winning run at second base with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Bagwell. And a slider slapped out a play for a strike, 0-1. Preston Cotter trying to deliver the West with a victory. The worst for the West now is a tie in this ballgame. They now about hit their Eastern counterparts 7-6. Here's the stretch and the 0-1. Almost hit him. It's called a strike, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Three tie, winning run at second with 2 outs. It's been the Mustangs from Fort Cobb Broxton that have done the damage. One's on the carpet, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson Willits with a double on a 3-1 pitch to right center field. 2 batters later, his teammate Blake Nunn doubles into left when Leba lost the ball in the sun. Well, he was in position in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a called 3rd strike, and that'll do it. Well, the game will end in a 3-3 tie between the East and the West here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark. We'll be back to name the MVP and wrap it up after these messages.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then NextGen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here to David Allen Memorial Ballpark as we put a wrap up on the small All-State baseball game, a 3-3 tie. The East taking the lead with 2 in the top of the 7th. The West getting a run at the bottom of the inning for a 3-3 tie. Now the coaches picked their own MVP. That's the one that actually gets the bat. And their MVP was Blake Nunn, the catcher from Fort Cobb Broxton. He had a couple of hits, drove into, also walked. Our MVP here on Squirter was Hunnell Dearman. Dearman drove in all 3 for the East, including a 2-run double in the 7th, and that was enough to eventually forge a 3-3 tie. So that's going to wrap it up. The West wins the first game 6-3. The 2 teams in the small school All-State game play to a 3-3 draw, and the third and final game between the mid-sized schools East-West coming up in about 45 minutes. That'll wrap it up for me. Stay tuned. Tom Nelson takes over the cockpit in about 45 minutes. Enjoyed being with you today here on Squirtle.